what's going on there, guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for another Group 3 race on Gran Turismo Sport. It's day 4 on the rain conditions in Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Now, let's just gonna go and switch to a different Group 3 car that this is gonna be quite getting ready to have a supercharger to get prepared. Now, it's going to be quite getting ready to use the Jaguar F-Type Group 3 with a Total Drummer World Tour library. Team Chris is really hot. Now, unfortunately, I might need to stay on with the racing rain tires that this won't might be having, or super soft tires that this won't might be going in on the regulation. So I'll have to switch it in before taking on the qualifying time trial. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race, and let's get it started. It's getting better to drive faster to have a FR Group 3 racing car that this road might be go better to try to stay on a good balancing position. So depends on whenever I'm about to change from racing super soft tires to go with the heavy red. But this route might be quite given possible ways to take driving options that this route might be needed to be switching up on it. Now, hope this is definitely might be quite getting better to drive faster it takes, but whenever possible to change the TCS whenever you really want to go with one. But this is definitely might need the brake balance that this one might go properly to stay on a good perfection to stay well positionized. But this is definitely might be quite works perfectly if we have to drive faster to do like the expert ways to go handling in for. But we still definitely might be taking some few minutes for only one time to have a warm-up to get ready. But it's going to be quite getting slippery to have that turn, so we just definitely might be very careful to try not to go loosen up by slipping up to be off the track by losing amount of the tire grip. Now let's go to have a good clean race, so best of luck to all of us. This will might do perfectly that this is definitely might be getting prepared. So I hope this is going to be taking a lot of racing workout, that this will might be taking some few lessons, that this will might give a better tricks to go on. But it definitely might be getting started out to choose any different position. But 7th place will be given the best start for Team Chris is really hot. Will might be taking the challenge. Now let's get started to commence the rolling start to be in the position to be at the final turn. But this is going to be quite getting well determined. Depends on for every FR and MR Group 3 car that this is definitely might be taking a good green challenge to take some spare amount to do plenty of grip. But depends on for giving a little determined for having transmission gears for each specific Group 3 cars that this is definitely might become better. But unfortunately, staying the first gear is going to be quite taking some few slow times that this is definitely might be needed to go in. Just going to have to let I'm slow go in. But this is definitely might be quite doing good to bring out the Audi R8 LMS. Is definitely might be taking the best ways for a mid-engine race car that this is definitely might be quite going perfectly. Just gonna have to take a lot of pressure work that this is definitely might be needed to keep it up. But I can't say that it was definitely might be going faster it takes, but taking a lot of risk to be on the wet condition is going to be pretty hard to get. Just gonna have to try to stay careful. Just gonna have to keep it nice and slow. But it's easy to see how every racer really wants to take the chance. But it's definitely might be needs to do better. That try not to go very aggressive after the turn is going to be quite super hard. Just gonna have to catch up to the rest. But this is definitely might be taking some few balancing up on the grip. So it's just gonna have to go on to TCS1 that this is definitely might be given the best ways to stay on the good maintain connection, that this is definitely might be taking a lot of view grip, that this one might be keep it well safety on to get prepared. But this is definitely might be good to have a good race, to have safeties on for taking one for use for the TCS traction, that this is definitely might be needed to stay stabilized. Just gonna have to take that turn, and looks like one opponent is about to overtake my current position. I guess this is gonna be quite getting a little slow time, that this is definitely might be pretty hard to get. Just gonna need to go faster it takes, because this is definitely might be given a good supercharger, we might be getting in to take the slipstream. Keep it nice and slow. Just gonna have to step in onto the apex. I hope they did a pretty good job to stay safe, to be on the tarmac, to avoid getting caught in the penalty. Now, this is definitely might be doing better to launch up the throttle with the TCS active. This is going to be quite going in to proceed onto the next lap. I hope this is definitely might be getting in the inside, to be taking a little hard luck of chance. Now, the handling is definitely might be pretty better if we have to stay on the TCS control for having a one per use. This is definitely might be quite very easy to work on the wet track, that this is definitely might become in handy. So I hope this is definitely might be catch up onto Flores and I'm slow, but these two are definitely might be quite taking some few practice, that this might be needed to perform. Kind of say that this is going to be quite very hard to take the inside, to be well stabilized, to keep it well balanced. Now, hope this is definitely might be keep it up, to try everything to find a good better turns, to try not to get slipped up by losing up a lot of grip, but this is definitely might be taking plenty of spare time for use if we have to take plenty of power slide that this is going to be in. Just gonna have to take plenty more slipstream, that this will might be going on for the next turn to be approached. Just gonna hold it in. Try to keep it up. Won't get anything to be collision, to be collided. That's better. Looks like this is gonna be given a good safe call, that this will might be needs to keep it up. Good thing that the radar is might be keep it well monitored tracking for a sense of movement, but this is definitely might be keep it well pressuring up on the scale. That should do it. This is going to be taking that full stretch, to be taking some few distance. We might catch up, or nearly towards 5 seconds up ahead of the gap distance. Just gonna have to take plenty good clean turns, that this will might be taking the respectful moment. Just gonna have to drive responsibly. It's gonna get plenty of hard turns to keep it well stabilized, to be on the maintain. Going on the dirt lap, but this is definitely might be taking the total gap distance for only 16 seconds up ahead, but this definitely might be giving it for different point decimals, that this one might be getting nearly approaching in onto 17 seconds. But whenever it depends, that each other drivers could probably take the most fastest lap when they're not into the top 3 position, but it was definitely might be doing good to do some more practice for having some more fastest lap, for having a good run. But it looks like the first group in the top position is going to be quite getting well formation up on it, but several drivers who have the penalty to be marked on the red is going to be quite very tough to be well shown to be in the far distance. Now, looks like this is definitely might be quite doing good, but it looks perfectly without taking the TCS to be turned off. Just gonna have to stay active, that this is definitely might be given the safety race for use. but it works like a charm. But it's possible that each other racers really want to do the expert way. But it definitely might be quite very work for basic drivers, but if we just definitely might need to keep it well steady up on the balance. But it's very hard to take plenty more recent steps to be very patient to go on to do it. Just try to keep it well balanced enough to stay in one piece. Now, looks like this is going to be quite taking a little bit few efforts to have that penalty to be marked for only 0.5 seconds. Just going to have to try to be very careful, try not to go slipping up off the track to be ignoring up on the limit. Just going to need to stay well balanced. That should probably take 1 second up ahead, behind. Now, it definitely might be quite giving a little chance to have the second gear, but it did switches back onto the first gear. Just gonna have to keep it well monitor check that this is definitely might be given well performance to see it. But I'm kind of pretty sure that the Subaru WRX Group 3 that might be work perfectly to stay in the second gear. Perhaps that this is definitely might be quite given the best ways for each specific Group 3 cars that this will might stay on the first gear whenever given the spare chance to do a lot of acceleration that this will might pull on the throttle will might be get there. Gonna have to turn the hazard lights to be on, approaching in onto the penalty line to be forced to slow down to decelerate. Now, this is definitely might be given the best time that this will might switch it in to turn off. Looks like a yellow flag just called in by the signal. Hope this is definitely might be given the time to take a good look. Okay, looks like Master Ronaldo is now definitely might be stopping at the moment. Seems that he has plenty of handling difficulties if he tries to keep him under pressure up on it. Well, he might catch up with us soon. Otherwise, this is definitely might be getting in to try to learn to master the ways to drive faster to be on the rainy day track. Oh boy, looks like this is going to be quite taking a little bit of emergency risk. Just try to do it well concentrated to keep it well under control. Now it's definitely might be getting very closer to try to be on the good driver to be in a good balancing position. Just gonna have to go in the natural flow. Alright, just gonna have to stay closer up on it. Just be on the defensive line of the position whenever the driver is going in to be on the overtake. Alright, here it comes. Oh man, that was so close. If I could probably get slammed in from the rear. This is definitely might be getting a little bit more effort closer to be coming in. Now here we go, going on to the fifth lap, but this is definitely might be given the few percentage of the field goes by 25%. This is definitely might be going in on to only have one pit stop that this will might go forward onto the sixth lap. I hope this is going to be quite very hard time whenever there is a penalty to be well occur. Just keep it well monitor check on it, but this is definitely might be taking a few steady grip on the minor handling effect that this is definitely might be quite taking a difficult time. Now, let's just gonna continue to catch up to one player who currently in on to 7th place. Okay, keep it nice and steady. Just try to stay on for the little passive line of the strategy for taking the one racing skills to take a good inside ways to perform. There you go. This is going to be taking a few passive turns that this will might be keep it steady. Getting closer, we're only 6 seconds up ahead onto the current position in the gap. That should do it. Just gonna have to take one good steady turn, but this is definitely might be needs to keep that throttle. We might be given a good spare time. Okay, that was so close. Just gonna get to the pit stop until the fuel is about to be running low. You can't continue on this race without taking a spare plenty of fuel. So it looks like this is definitely might be giving a little remaining by 0.4 liters remaining. This will might be given the best time to go in. Alright, looks like I'm in the pits, and this time it's going to be staying on to the heavy wet tires. Is going to be quite going on to the blue W wheel might be going in. Hope the crew is about to be waiting for me to get set up to be changing up the tires. Wheel might be going in to have a new compound. Wheel might be getting in to have a better start. Alright, that should be good enough. Now, this is definitely might be getting in onto 12th place, but perhaps they are going way far ahead behind of us, but this is definitely might be getting a little bit better that this one might need to have that fuel map that this one might be getting set up. Because the top 3 drivers are way going far up ahead behind of us, but this is definitely might be taking some few racing skills of a lesson that this is definitely might be quite come in handy. But words of strategies of a racing skills that this is definitely might be going on to take a rain challenge that this is definitely might be getting in. So it's good as new for having a new heavy wet racing tires is going to be quite getting set up to be taking the better grip that this one might be give a well durability. But this is definitely might be going in onto the 6th lap, but they're almost there to reach to the final lap. But this is going to be quite giving the one conclusion that this will might be continuing on for the next day. But this is definitely might be doing better to take the fuel map that this will might be going in. Now it's time to catch up with them. Looks like this is going to be getting a little bit far behind onto the bottom position. But this one might need to step up to be into the middle position. Looks like I can see him right now. Gonna need to catch up. It's gonna be quite taking up on the edge to be on the wet surface of the track. Just gonna have to find a good motion effect that this is definitely might be getting in onto the smooth effect. Looks like they're already in onto the final lap, folks. Hope I can probably catch up to them. this one might need it to be in 10th place, but this is going to be taking a minute. We might be getting a little bit longer it takes. Hope this is going to be given a good chance to catch up to the other two. Things are about to get pretty wet in the faster ways to go on. It looks like Gertson_GTBR is about to be proceeding in onto the penalty line to slow down. This is about to get very closer. Given the perfect time means given the perfect turn to be on the approach. Well, at least he did pretty well. But unfortunately, this wheel might be needs to take a lot of better turns to pull hard on the brakes that this wheel might be to avoid the penalty. Now, looks like this is going to be getting in onto 10th place, but this is definitely might be quite doing the fastest way to have a FR Group 3 car, that this is definitely might be giving the basic work that this wheel might be keeping in to take the well pressuring up on it. But I hope if I could probably taking some few more practice for the MR Group 3 cars, that this wheel might be taking some plenty of skills to perform to be on the wet track. So I hope this is definitely might be pretty good to see the top 3 drivers has finally made it to the finish line. But this is definitely might be quite doing good for a 3rd place driver who had taken the new fastest lap. So only 42 seconds remaining. Looks like I'm about to keep up, because this is definitely might be all about the pressure. Just try to stay on for the good balance for this race. Is going to be quite getting the risk to avoid the slippery. Just gonna get there before 20 seconds is definitely might be keep it well time remaining. Ten seconds left. Hope I can make it, folks. Looks like this is going to be taking one last final turn, because it's going to be give it a little bit slower to effect. Alright, so looks like time is up. Looks like that was going to be quite very tougher it takes to drive faster to go on. But however, looks like this is definitely might be quite taking the hard work to stay strong to be on the wet condition on the track. It's going to be quite super tough. But somehow, I kind of guess that the challenge is complete. But maybe this wheel might be do better if I could probably be onto the top position. Maybe it depends on whenever I'm going in onto 5th place or 6th place. But it definitely might be depends on which position whenever we like to go with. Because it takes plenty of few strategies to might take a lot of efforts, so we just gonna need to keep up, because there will be having some few efforts that this will might take to good perfection, so we can probably stay steady. We might be given the ways to do it. But having a Group 3 race to be on the wet track is going to be quite very super challenging, that we need to keep it up. By the time when we're having a difficult time for a Group 3 race while we're on the rain condition, be sure that the traction control can help you to stay onto 1. So this will might be give it a better ways to keep it well adjusted. So this will might works very perfectly. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. And library block videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with libraries I have been made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for continuing on the daily race on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.